This is how you know the NBA is back, when we have drama, we have beef, and I love it so much. I don't really want to get into like trying to speculate what Donte DiVincenzo actually said on the free throw line, because he says one thing, you read his lips, it says the other. Was he talking to Tibbs? Was he talking to Jalen? Was he talking to Rick Brunson? I don't really know. I don't want to speculate about that. I have two main takeaways though from this. One is that Donte has every right to be pissed off at like someone, whether it's Rick Brunson, whether it's Tibbs. I think he's just frustrated with the Knicks organization as a whole, because this dude literally had his best season ever with the Knicks last year, was such an important piece in them getting to within one game of the conference finals, stepped up when guys got injured, played big minutes, and then to just not only just trade him, but like to trade him, it seems like without any real notice. I know it's a business, they get paid millions of dollars, this is the game you have to play, like I get that, but like there is still this very real human element of, I feel like I found a home within this team, and for them to just trade him, like I don't know if I necessarily agree that he was frustrated at the idea of a reduced role with Mikal Bridges coming in, like the reports came out and suggested, but then he refuted before the game last night. I mean, like maybe there's like some truth in that. Like, yeah, I'm sure he was probably going to be a bit upset to go from playing 40 plus minutes and closing out playoff games to now coming off the bench and being more of a sixth man. Like, I think there's some truth to that, but I don't know if that necessarily means he was, upset about getting to play with Mikal Bridges, or, he requested a trade. Like, I think there's probably some truth in both of those things, but I understand his frustration, and like, considering that the trade is still so fresh. Like, this was such a unique thing where like this trade happens and then they immediately play in Madison Square Garden. Like, that doesn't really happen, at least when a trade happens before the season. So I imagine that emotions are still very fresh, very raw. Like, I think he went to sleep and woke up in his house in New York last night. Like, he talked about how that was a weird experience, so you could definitely imagine some frustration. Like, you could also imagine how some light trash talk with DiVincenzo and anyone on the Knicks can start to spiral into something bigger that has like actual real emotions behind it. But the other takeaway is for me at least, is that like I love this stuff. I love this stuff so much. Give me beef, give me drama, give me pettiness. Like, let's start rivalries, let's start hatred. Like, I love it. I think that's one of the big things the NBA is missing. Not to be, the whole, oh, like things were better in my days, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to be that kind of old guy, especially because I'm not even that old. But like, I do miss the days where like teams and players really hated each other. Like, I don't think it's wrong to say that. Like, we are in an era where guys are definitely more friends, and like I still think they want to go at each other, because I do think there's something to be said about, when you play against your friend, against your buddy, you want to beat them, but there's not that same animosity towards them. Like, I know Draymond talked about how he still wants to go at LeBron, but like, yeah, you used to like hate him. Like, it's not just about wanting to beat them, it's about wanting them to lose, and like you want to put them in their place. And I just don't think we see so much of that in the NBA nowadays. I think Celtics Heat maybe was like the last real rivalry we had, like where like even LeBron and Steph now, where I think that used to be, a real competitive back and forth of both guys trying to prove they are the best player in the NBA or the face of the NBA. I think now has since like smoothed over into now, like, of course they still want to go at each other. Same with Durant, but like there's just so much love, and like I think they're sort of past that stage, and they're more just like appreciating the time they have left. So to see this happen in the preseason, where now it seems like Donte just really has a lot of animosity to the Knicks, which I think is totally justified. And you can see Julius even started to get into it with someone, and I think he was barking, I think, or maybe, trying to like talk a little trash on the sideline, even though he didn't play. Like, I love this. I love this. I want more of this. I want more of guys, whether it's hating each other or just wanting another team to lose. Like, I just like bring back more of this stuff. It makes basketball so much more fun and so much more enticing, and I know that these teams are only going to play twice during the regular season, but those are going to be must-see TV games. And now I think this is probably everyone's wish list on potential finals matchups that we can have, because just like the narratives and the drama and the soap opera would just be so like, but that's the thing, like it wouldn't just be like soap opera stuff, it would be like tangible, like on court stuff. It's not like nonsense going on off the court. This is like real on court drama that I think the NBA really lacks. Like, they lack that beef, they lack the rivalry, and this could be it. And I want more of it. Please give them more than 2 games. Can they play in the in-season tournament championship at least? Please.